Okay, well, it's been a while, but another caption on NUCO2 Corporation. Ran into a couple drivers over the last couple months, and man, I'm not going to say who they are, but guys, whew, wow. It was apparently they hadn't changed. Um, wow, they still haven't changed. I mean, it's a shame, man. I mean, back in the day, it was a great company to work for, and I see some of the what guys are left that are still there. I mean, I've been banned from their page, which I don't blame them. I'd ban me too if somebody was talking bad about me. But the thing is I'm not talking bad about it. It's the truth. The truth is they don't care about their employees. They don't care about how they treat you, or so long as you're willing to bow down to them, they'll tell you anything in the world. And ever since Prexter and Lindsay Gas merged and bought them out, I actually went down to a an interview to Nextair and started talking to the guy. That early that morning, we got to talking a little bit. He goes, "Oh yeah, well we just got bought out by Lindsay Gas," and I just looked at the guys. I just shook my head. I'm like, "Wow, really?" He goes, "Yeah, they're incorporating some new changes," and he told me of one guy that's been there at that company for a long time that it just never changes. You know, I've got a real problem with Prexter and Lindsay Gas because they're a multi-billion-dollar company that go around buying these little mom and pop places up, and the thing is that it's not fair what they're doing to their employees. I'm very thankful to have the job that I have. I mean, I work for a little welding supply company now out of a little no town in Alabama. But let me tell you how ruthless these guys can be. If you're working for them and you get on their bad side, they will blackball you. And that's what they did to me. I mean, I got blackballed. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, man. 19 years of service, and all I got was the middle finger. But what goes around comes around. You know, um, I've got some buddies of mine that work for Holston Gas that are really sticking the screws to them, and they're a mom and pop organization. And my hat's off to Holston. Uh, Back in the day, I took a lot of their business. Took a lot of their business. Everything in Chattanooga and everything in North Georgia and Blue Ridge and North Carolina. But they're starting to come back pretty strong, And then you got guys like Volunteer Gas, um, one of the operating managers there, Richard. Good guy, been there for years, and I have found out a lot of and have learned a lot with the company that I'm with now. That what customers really want, and let me tell you, to the big corporations, uh, Nuco, Prexter, especially Lindsay Gas. I'm sorry, I get a really bad taste in my mouth every time I mention their names. But the thing is that as customers, they want service and they want to know that you're going to be there for them. And I guess that's one of the reasons why this little company I've worked for now, who've been in business for 48 years, awesome company. They do right by their customers, and their customers, they're not going to leave. They're not going to leave. I mean, I hear it all the time, you know. And even though I went to the other side of the business as far as welding supplies and different gases and stuff like that, and still, and a matter of fact, I have a couple customers, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind mentioning his name or the name of his company, which is Steve Arenos in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Really cool guy. You know, he's a businessman, but I remember one time, I came in when I used to work for Nuco. I came in one morning and the manager was like, "Oh, we got to go down there. We got to repossess that tank." And they had a guy come up from Alabama, from Huntsville. The depot manager come up and help him out, fill in for a little bit. And no, the operating manager at the time, Jeff, looked at me and goes, "Man, I really don't want to go to South Pittsburgh." I said, "Well, I'm going to send that guy from Alabama up there." Well, make a long story short, guy up there from Alabama went up there, and the cops were called, everything else. And I told them before they even went up there, "Man, you can't deal with the guy that runs Steve Arenos like that. He knows he's getting ripped off and all that." And man, boy, he gave him a run for his money. But the funny thing is now Steve Arenos is now a customer of mine. And, he absolutely loves the fact that he is with the company that I work for. And he can't be happier. I mean, he calls me up, "Hey, Gene, I need a CO2 cylinder. I'm out, no problem. On the way home, throw one in the back of the truck, deliver it to him, and all that good stuff." But you see, guys, the reason why I'm trying to say this is I know that some of you guys out there are watching this, and this is just something that's going to get bigger over time. This business and the welding supply business, and it covers a variety of different areas. A lot of the mom and pop places, they're disappearing. And there's not a whole lot left anymore because Lindsay Gas is coming in. They just bought NextAir, man. Biggest mistake NextAir ever made. I guarantee you in 3 or 4 years, you're not even going to know who the NextAir name is. And it's just a shame, it's just big corporations. That's all they are. It's all about the numbers and customers. I'm telling you, customers out there, if you are looking for welding supplies or beverage or any kind of different gas like that, go to your local welding supply store. There's still some out there hanging out. And I can proudly say that I'm happy to work for the company I work for. They actually took me in when nobody else would because of the company I was with. They blackballed me, man. I mean, big time. Airgas wouldn't hire me. And welding and industrial welding supply wouldn't, because they're all in bed together. And they were like, "If you hire this guy, he's going to do this, he's going to do that." No, I just state the truth, man. Truth is I don't believe in ripping people off. And I'm happy to be able to work for a company that does not do that now. I'm very thankful, even though I did take a pay cut or whatever. But and I'm not going to mention the company's name because I haven't got permission to do that. But you guys could pretty much guess who it is. But the thing is that these little mom and pop places, I mean, they don't want to sell out, and I am very honored and very privileged to work for a company like that. Yeah, we got We may have our differences here and there, but everybody at the end of the day, everybody works together and we get things done. And the company I work for now, I've seen them take care of people that any other big corporation would have just tossed them out like garbage. I mean, we had this one driver. He had a massive heart attack, and they still took care of him, man. They kept him on, took care of his. Had a couple driver, a couple other people that had something going on. They were like, hey, we want to help you out because they think of you as part of your family. They're part of the family. And it don't matter what big corporation you at or what kind of business you're in. That's the thing. That's what people are. If you want good employees, then you make them feel like they're family. You know, and that's just something that you don't have nowadays. You don't have it anymore. It's very rare. And if you do work for a company that treats you like family, that has an open door policy. Hey, come in, let's talk. If we got a problem, we'll talk about it. We might bump heads every now and then, but hands down, they're there for you. So if you're working for a company that treats you like family and not a number, you're very blessed. Yeah, sure, you're not making as much money, but you can get a good night's sleep. And I'm just speaking from the heart, I mean, I don't know if anything will ever come of this. I just want the truth to be known. I mean, it's really hard when you worked at a place for so long that you just see it get devoured by a 500 fortune company and the blood sucked right out of it and the life sucked right out of it, man. It's hard. But you know what? To you mom and pop companies out there that treat your employees like they're humans and that you back them up, kudos to you, as Tom Bama would say. My old boss, Nuko, before he passed away. But it's just coming from the heart, guys. If you're working for Nuko, if that's your thing and you want to sell your soul, then more power to you guys. But it ain't going to last. It ain't going to last. I mean, I walked away with nothing. I still got nothing. Didn't get nothing from them. Don't want nothing from them. But I kept my dignity and I kept my self-respect. And to me, you can't put a price on that. Just food for thought.